everybody. Welcome to Hyrule Academy right here on Radio Hyrule. Every single Friday night at 10 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. Here we talk all about your favorite Zelda fan theories lore, as well as listening to some wonderful Zelda music, remixes, chiptunes, and all sorts of exciting things. You guys just heard the Ganon fight theme, and that is by Koopa Cool, who did a wonderful piano arrangement of it. Koopa Cool only has 4,000 subscribers on YouTube, and did you hear them play? Like, oh my gosh, that person, they deserve more than 4,000 subscribers, so it's Koopa Cool. Cool is spelled with a K, just to make the name even more cool. So today we have a wonderful show, and a very exciting show all set for you all. I hope you're very excited. We have a lot to discuss. We have a wonderful topic, a wonderful thing to just pour our Zelda minds into together and see if we can come up with some cool fan theories together. And that will be the essence of the Triforce. But in addition, in a little bit, I'm also going to give you guys a quick lore recap on the Legend of Zelda games that were featured this year at the E3 2014 conference. I got some wonderful discussions and thoughts on what I saw there, and we'll be talking about that a little bit later. But for right now, my friends, we do need to talk about the essence of the Triforce. So the essence of the Triforce is something different than the Triforce itself. So a little bit of backstory. Ganon has stolen the Triforce at this point, and he has created the Dark World. This is inside the Hero Fails timeline that I'm sure you're all familiar with. It's been a big rousing point for everybody inside the Legend of Zelda fandom. But what's very important about this is he has used the Triforce. He has the Triforce. It is his Triforce. It's nobody else's. It is his. And he creates the Dark World full of monsters. It's quite a scary time inside Hyrule, to be sure. However, Link does his thing. He rescues the maidens, and he also does some stuff and saves Sasharashla, gets some medals. I don't even know. It's a pretty strange game. But all that matters is he eventually finds Ganon inside the Dark World, inside the Giant Pyramid, which I believe has a name, but I'm blanking on it. So I'm just going to call it the Giant Pyramid, and that's all we're going to go with. And he rescues the Triforce. He gets to the Triforce, and Link enters a chamber, which is very, very, very much known as the Chamber of the Triforce, and he hears a voice talking to him, and the voice says its name is the essence of the Triforce, and it tells Link about how to use the Triforce, how when you touch it, you can the wish will be granted to the beholder, and it goes on and on. And so Link then, after he hears these words from the essence of the Triforce, goes up, touches the physical Triforce, and wishes for the Dark World to be restored to the Golden Land, the Sacred Realm. So, and everything is good. Everything's fantastic. It's wonderful, super. It's absolutely great. But it seems like it goes by very fast in the game. It's a very fast thing that happens. But we were just spoken to by something claiming to be the Triforce. But it's very specific. The essence of the Triforce. Oh, the Pyramid of Power. Thank you, chat, for correcting me and giving me some knowledge tonight. But no, the essence of the Triforce is what talks to you. It doesn't say that it is the Triforce. It says it is the essence of the Triforce. Because I have a few questions for you guys this evening. What is that voice? Who is that voice? Is it the Triforce? And if it is, why does it speak inside the third person? Because one of its quotes begins with, "The Triforce grants the wishes." It is talking as if it isn't the Triforce. It's saying, hey, this is what the Triforce does. It's not saying, this is what I do. Come up and touch the triangles and I will grant your wish. No, it says the Triforce grants his wishes. Is it just speaking in the third person, or is it somebody else? Is it the gods even? I want your guys' opinions on that. In addition, why does the essence of the Triforce only speak in this occasion? Let's say that the essence of the Triforce is the actual Triforce. It is the three triangles. Why, when they were on the top of the tower, of top of Ganon's tower, when the world is flooding in on itself, why doesn't the Triforce say, why isn't it talking to the king saying, here's how you could still save Hyrule? Why when Link wishes on it inside Skyward Sword, does it say, hey, just brace yourself, we're about to go plummeting into the earth when you make this wish. You might want to hold on to something. Why does the essence of the Triforce only choose to speak inside A Link to the Past? Why does this happen? Can you guys try to give me some fan theories and enlighten me, and I will take all of your words and wisdom that you guys provide me over this next music segment, and I will, of course, talk about them a little bit later on in the show. But for right now, I want you guys to enjoy some music, and of course, I want you to discuss these questions and anything else you may think has to do with the essence of Triforce over at radiohyrule.com/chat room. We will feature your messages later on in the show, and get very hype. We have E3 discussions coming up very soon, my friends. This is Hyrule Academy every Friday right here on Radio Hyrule. And welcome back, everybody, to Hyrule Academy right here on Radio Hyrule. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. We've had some amazing discussions inside our chat room over at RadioHyrule.com. It has been a wonderful, wonderful few minutes we had together. You guys are on point tonight. I swear, you guys must have been doing your research throughout the week, doing your homework. That's what I like to see as the instructor here at Hyrule Academy. Anyways, what were you listening to? I heard you guys. You guys enjoyed that song to no end. You really loved it. So I will give you great joy in giving you the details so you can do a little bit of Google work after the show. That was Insane in the Rain music, one of the most amazing cover artists here on YouTube, and that was the credits roll piano cover that he did. I love Insane in the Rain. I talk about him way too much on this show. I talk about him way too much in general, but I found his music one day, and I was okay with it. I was like, all right, this was cool. But I started listening more and more of it until I eventually had downloaded his entire YouTube, and I was like, yes, this is something I can get behind 100%. So check him out on YouTube. Tell him I sent you. Insane in the Rain music, wonderful person. Anyways, guys, I hope you're excited because now we're going to talk all about E3. So E3 happened this week. That is the Electronic Entertainment Expo, where all the big wigs from, Nintendo and Microsoft, Sony, those other companies that don't really pertain to this show, they all come out. And they're all here to show off their best games, show off what they have, and what they want us to play in the next year, what they want us to buy. And of course, Nintendo brought some really good stuff. They brought 2 new Zelda games for us. They brought Hyrule Warriors, Hyrule Warriors, now with more Wario. I will not play that game. No, to be honest, I would probably play a game if Wario was in it and it was still Zelda, because it's still Zelda. But anyways, Hyrule Warriors was shown off, and this is a game done, I believe, by was it Namco or Tecmo? One of the two. And it's by the Dynasty Wars creator. Team Ninja's helping on it, and it's a game all about Link and some other Zelda universe people going crazy, doing some killy / destroying many enemies across the entire Zelda universe. We've seen Stalfo, we've seen King Dodongo, we've seen Bokoblins, we've seen so many different enemies. We've seen original characters in the way of Sia, not Shia. It was previously thought that the name was Shia, but apparently the internet had got that wrong. It was corrected on the Nintendo Treehouse livestream this week. It is Sia. And so Sia is a new character. But also this week we saw a trailer where Ganondorf was teased. And this, to me, is very big because this is the first Zelda game in 8 years where Ganon seems to be playing a proper role. We did see him inside A Link Between Worlds, but his participation was very minimal, only appearing as a brief dead corpse and inside backstory. So I'm really excited to see that our good friend Ganondorf may be coming back. But we did get some bad news, Zelda lore fan theorists, inside our chat here inside the Hyrule Academy classroom. We are sad and dismayed to hear that it is not a time rift and that Midna and all these other characters are being forced into this weird thing, Skyloft falling from the sky, the moon falling from the sky. It's not some big time rift where the entire Zelda universe is collapsing in on ourselves and we're having like a wonderful time as lore people. In fact, it's a non-canonical alternate universe. So I'm very sorry to report that, guys, but we don't have much theories to go on for this one, so apologies, you guys are gonna have to deal with that's all we got from our good friends over there. So that's what happens, friends, when you let third parties make games, I guess. Oh well. Also announced was Zelda 2015. So that's what I'm going to call it. It's the new Zelda game for the Wii U coming out in 2015. It looks absolutely great. Go check out the trailer. I'm not going to gawk over the graphics and stuff. What I am going to talk about, though, is the lore of it. And right now, there's a lot of theories. Most of them are pointing towards it being set after The Legend of Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, or The Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks. My personal theory is that this game looks to be set inside New Hyrule in a time after we've had technology, we've had trains, because there's a technology that Link inside the trailer has. He has a bow and this arrow that has some sort of like trigger that activates a big blue glowy bit. It's absolutely crazy. But at the same time, there's a cabin and there's farms that are seen inside this brief trailer. And I think it would fit very well in with the times in New Hyrule. But there's so many theories out there right now related to the technology. I really encourage you to go and explore the various Zelda communities here on the internet and find what speaks to you, because there's no way we could discuss it here inside this short segment here on Radio Hyrule. So instead, I would encourage you guys to go explore your favorite forums, communities, and such things as that. Okay, now I want to talk back again about the good old essence of the Triforce. So I have a theory, and this is my theory of the essence of the Triforce. It is the goddesses speaking through the Triforce. I saw a lot of you guys agreeing with me, and we'll talk about that a little bit later, your specifics. But I think it possibly is the goddesses speaking and having a medium to talk to whoever may be holding the Triforce in disguise. We actually saw the essence of the Triforce in another piece of Zelda non-canon. You must be saying, MC Gamer, what are you talking about? If you have ever played, or watched, rather, the Legend of Zelda television cartoon that aired after the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, you will know very well that the Triforce speaks, and it says, it talks to Ganon even. Ganondorf comes, steals the Triforce, and it's like, I don't even remember what it says. Evil doers will always lose. And then Ganon yells at he goes, silence! And then he runs away, talking to his triangle. And I found that to be a very good moment. So that's the only really other point inside the game, or inside the series of The Legend of Zelda, even though it's non-canon, that the Triforce speaks. And so, if it's inside the TV show, maybe this is the Triforce does make sense a little bit inside A Link to the Past, in my opinions. All of my opinions. But I feel like it's the goddesses or speaking through the Triforce, because the goddesses create the Triforce, and it's this thing. It's not its own being, it is the Triforce, and it is made by the goddesses. And I think it might be something similar to how the goddesses speak to the king and tell him about the great flood that they're about to bring down. Or you know, in a theory that they also talk to the sages, talk to our good friend Rauru, talk to Darunia, Vado, all those sages, you know them all. Perhaps even has a nice chat with Shashalashala, the only name inside the Zelda universe that I don't even try to pronounce. So yeah, I think personally, in my own fan theory, that it is our good friends Dinneru and Furore actually speaking inside that cutscene inside A Link to the Past. But you guys have some alternate opinions, and I will cover those here in just a few minutes. If you want to share your opinions, I still will take them here over the next music block. Go to radiohyrule.com/chatroom and voice your opinions, and I'll be in there in just a moment. But for now, guys, it's time for some music. This is Hyrule Academy on Radio Hyrule. Keep it locked and enjoy the music. And welcome back, everybody, to Hyrule Academy right here on Radio Hyrule. I hope you are having an absolutely fantastic evening. I am very privileged to be with you tonight because we've had amazing things said inside the chat. So many wonderful fan theories that I am just so excited to talk about. But first, you guys want to know all about that music that you guys were just listening to. You want to know because I have some fun trivia for you, and more of a song I gotta ask you guys, the viewers, to definitely go and do tonight, because it's absolutely wonderful. But first off, we heard the Triforce Chamber accordion cover by my good friend Jackson Alexander Prody. He's a wonderful guy. He's the funniest person I probably know. I will admit that. Like if you put like me, Jackson, and my friend Scott inside a room together, we just won't shut up. It's a dangerous thing to have a microphone near us three. It's absolutely a great time to hang out with him, and he does a lot of great accordion covers over on YouTube. So give him a Google and give him some love. But the second song we heard was the credits roll from Team Hideo. So I'm gonna give a link here inside the chat because You guys aren't going to believe this one, but Team Hideo, as awesome as that music you just heard, which was the credits roll music, they only have 230 subscribers, my friends. Like, there's these people out there making this wonderful music on YouTube that we take part in listening to every single week and even day. I'm sure you guys find your own music on your free time, but they have like almost no subscribers, and it's absolutely a disappointment, and they definitely need support for the great work that they do. And so go ahead and check out Team Hideo. Tell them I sent you, and give them some love and some views and comments, whatever you want to do. So yeah, Team Hideo, wonderful people. I've spoken to them, and that song actually was requested by me because they were taking requests a couple weeks ago, and I was like, you know what you need? You need some credits roll from Link to the Past in your life. And they were like, yes, Mr. MC, sir, I will do so. And I'm like, yes, you are a good group of musicians that you're just like, yes, I'll do it. That's what I like to see. Anyway, so you guys have been discussing some things about the essence of the Triforce, and I'm going to be covering them right now. First up and I'm going to butcher this. I want to say Arceus, like it reminds me of Arceus from Pokemon. It might be Arceus actually. So yeah, I don't know. This is not Pokemon Academy, after all. Anyway, it's I'm just gonna call you AI. Hey, we're gonna call you AI. AI says, I believe that the essence of the Triforce is just a message from the goddesses that will show itself to the hero time at the darkest point in time. And SS Dark C8 follows up and says, maybe it's the spirit of the goddesses. So it kind of falls into place there, this theory, that what we're hearing from the Triforce is a pre-recorded message. The problem with that theory is that the Triforce directly speaks your name. I was watching a video. I was refreshing my brain on the speech. I was watching a video of it, and it was like, "Hello, Randy. I am the essence of the Triforce." I'm like, "Oh, I didn't realize that they put your name inside that cutscene. I totally had forgotten about that." So, shout outs to Randy who did that playthrough on YouTube. But anyways, it was absolutely an interesting thing that it must not be pre-recorded because it's something that you hear exactly, but maybe it's pre-recorded with a little bit of added magic that knows your name in there. I guess that's one thing that you can go. And it makes sense that maybe the Triforce will only speak at the darkest point in time, because remember, Ganon had taken over the Sacred Realm, the Triforce's home, and the Triforce must have been like, okay, hey, here's how you use me. Here's the enclosed instruction manual. That's what must have been happening there inside the Triforce's sentient brain. I don't know. So fair theory, very fair theory. Dark C8 also went on to say, maybe when the Triforce is held in evil hands, it talks to Ganon and tells him all the misdeeds he puts in action. So there's actually a theory by Dark C here that perhaps maybe not only is the Triforce say, hey Link, you should probably do some wishing, but maybe it's also talking to Ganon do some wishing, because the Triforce is supposed to not really judge. It's supposed to, if a man with an evil heart wishes for it, it will fill his evilest dreams. But if a man with good heart, it will lead to a time of prosperity. So perhaps it is something like that. Maybe the Triforce and Ganon had a nice fireside chat with some hot cocoa and some lawn milk. Anyway, I don't know. I was trying to think of a snack inside the Zelda universe. I don't know, some chew jelly. I don't know. I can't think of anything. So Frost Dragon Empire states one thing very, very simply: the voice is a Link from the past. And I'm like, okay, I see. You're not even going to try with these series. But then it was expanded upon, and Frost Dragon Empire actually apparently had this idea, but didn't really explain it a little bit. But Nautilus explained a little bit better, says it's the past incarnations of the hero and the others who are worthy of the Triforce in the past, the essence of the Triforce's power. So, and Sir Quazum also agreed with that theory, saying, I think that the possibility that the essence of the Triforce is a servant of the goddesses that serves to be Link's guide in the world of Hyrule, and that all of Link's guides have been embodied by it. So, it's kind of tied in, saying that perhaps the past Links were able to speak through it, but we still have the problem of why would it only speak to the Link to the Past Link? Like, if we had Skyward Sword Link, who had held the full Triforce at one time, and apparently Hylie also held the full Triforce at one time herself, perhaps it was an interesting occasion where why is it only Link to the Past? Because technically Wind Waker, we could hear it. We could probably hear it inside Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. Twilight Princess doesn't see the full Triforce. Ocarina of Time technically has the full Triforce there. It's actually not wished upon, though. So there are many other points inside the timeline where technically the Triforce could have spoken, but it didn't. So it's very interesting. So let's see what else we have here. Yashitaru comes in. Yashitaru, a very good student, always right on time. It says, it may have to do with the location itself. The only times the essence speaks is within the sacred chamber of the Triforce, which resides within Hyrule Castle, Hylia's bloodline castle. And Wraith also expands upon that and says, the sacred realm's place... hold on. I'm kind of... I didn't even realize the grammar in this sentence was a little bit butchered, but I'll try to fix it up. He's basically saying that the sacred realm is where the Triforce resides. Even though it's the Dark World, it could hold certain power. So remember that the Dark World was also, at the same time, the sacred realm. And so maybe when the Triforce is in the sacred realm, it can speak to us. We'll see. We'll see. And here's Captain Trina inside the chat. Captain Trina is actually saying, hey, was that a dig at me saying that Yashitaru was always on time? Just before class started, I was talking inside the chat, and I was saying, Yashitaru, you didn't wake up Captain Trina for class, did you? And Yashitaru was like, I have no method to do so. And I was like, aw. Anyway, but Captain Trina was a little bit late today and will be receiving a tardy on her record. Anyway, Captain Trina says, although it seems that the essence can't do anything about who gets the Triforce, it might have been a smart guard to put in. So the Triforce can speak to you, but it can't only decide on who gets the Triforce. So it's a bit of a joke here by Captain Trina saying, hey, you know what? We should have probably thought about this. The goddess didn't really think this through. They should have added a little safety feature, an evil overlord protector, so to speak. Anyways, guys, this has been some wonderful, wonderful discussions, and I thank you all for voicing your opinions here on the show. Coming up, we have a very, very a long song. It's a very long song. I think it's the only time it's ever been played on Radio Hyrule. But and I warn you, it is a recording, so it's not going to be up to the highest qualities possible, so I apologize. But everybody, here is the link to the past movement from Symphony of the Goddesses. This is Hyrule Academy right here on Radio Hyrule. And welcome back, everybody, to Radio Hyrule and Hyrule Academy, your wonderful lore and discussion show that happens every single week right here on Radio Hyrule. It has been... I'm sorry, I'm a little emotional after that last song, which, as many of you do know, was the Link to the Past movement as arranged by Chad Slater. It was absolutely wonderful. It was the first time that it's ever been played on Radio Hyrule. That was absolutely fantastic. It was the first time we've heard that on Radio Hyrule. It's a shame. Unfortunately, that song has not ever been released to the general public inside its mastered true form, the final form, but hopefully one day we can just hope that our good friends at Nintendo do come forth for us. But for right now, we've got to enjoy what we have, and it's still absolutely fantastic. Anyways, guys, it's time to discuss all the things we discussed today. It's time to wrap it all up. So we had a lot of thoughts today, and the main thoughts we had that we pretty much came to a group conclusion on is that the Triforce is either pre-recorded speech or the goddess is speaking through them. It's either the Triforce already knows what to say, or it's the goddesses themselves talking to Link. And it only speaks either one inside this sacred realm or two in dire times. That's some of our theories on why we haven't heard it inside other games. Now, it could mean that it could speak at other times. Maybe we could have some Zelda TV canon come in a little bit and say that it's not very chatty at other times inside the world of Zelda. But, I don't know. I'm fine with any theory. Right now, the essence of the Triforce isn't really about... it isn't really about, like when it speaks or how it speaks. Usually, I'm all about the Zelda lore. You know how I am. But in this case, I'm okay with it just speaking right then, as the beautiful Triforce chamber music accompanies it. We were talking about inside the chat about how that last song, how the text scrolls by showing the Triforce speaking, the essence of the Triforce speaking, and how emotional it is, and how that text that really makes it what it is. And I think that's what we need to take away from this. It's a little bit of a musical lesson tonight, I suppose. Anyways, I want to remind you all to tune in next week, because we have a wonderful show for you next week. We're going to be talking all about the one and only giant dragon Volvagia, however you pronounce it. I'm not picky. I say Volvagia because I'm weird. But tune in next week, Friday at 10 p.m. USC time, and we'll have a great time with that. And now a reminder that the Radio Hyrule Extravaganza, the 6th year anniversary extravaganza, is happening this June 22nd on Radio Hyrule's website. There's going to be prizes, there's going to be discussions, guests, and a ton more. And I would love to see you all out there and representing the Radio Hyrule community. I will be there. I might even be on air a bit, so get excited for that. I don't know what I'll be doing, but I'll be doing exciting things. That much is to be sure. And if you want to support Radio Hyrule and all these different things they're doing in the 6th anniversary, go ahead and donate to them at radiohyrule.com/donate. Any amount helps us get new servers, hardware, and possibly even shows. And now for a little bit of secrets for you. It's a secret to everybody. I have 2 big things that are coming up very soon that I wanted to make sure you guys all knew about. First of all, I'm working right now. It's been in development for a couple months now. It's very, very beta idea, and it's finally starting to come into fruition in terms of writing things down on paper. But I'm going to be working on a brand new Zelda show soon, and as opposed to a lot of what people think, it isn't going to be a Let's Play. So it's going to be something very, very different, very Zelda, and it's going to be also happening every Friday before Radio Hyrule. Not here on it's going to be before. Let me try that again. It's not going to happen here on Radio Hyrule. It's going to happen on my YouTube channel, but it'll be coming out on the same day here as Hyrule Academy airs. So it'll be a nice Zelda Friday, I suppose. But that's still in works, and I'll give you guys more details on that as we progress. And also a reminder that Zeldathon Adventure, my charity marathon that's raising money for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, is coming up on July 10th at 4 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time at Zeldathon.net. We're going to be playing every single Zelda game for charity, as long as we can keep those donations coming in for the great organization. The more you donate, the longer we'll play, and we even have some bonus games. So if you want to see some Zelda CDI games, we can do that for you. We have the technology. So I hope you guys enjoyed those secrets. It was a secret to everybody. And if you want to, you can email me at mc@supermcgamer.com, mc@supermcgamer.com, with any requests, ideas, or theories you have, and I will possibly put them inside a future show. But thank you all for your input. It has been a wonderful evening. We talked a lot about the Triforce. It was absolutely great to bring some of my favorite Zelda music to you. I know that the lineup was a bit stacked in terms of hearing the same songs over and over again. We hear Chamber of the Triforce and the Staff Roll. But I think that it's okay. It's okay to hear the wide breadth and variety of remixes that people can bring. And to wrap us up, I have another really wonderful remix of that song. And it's a great job. It's an OC remix by Benjamin Briggs, Insert Ruby, and Hauk. So go ahead and take a listen to this. But thank you all for tuning in this evening. It's been wonderful to talk with you, and I hope you enjoy this music. And I will see you here next week on Radio Hyrule.